Hey friends, welcome to my blog. I'm Kelsey Byers. So the purpose of this video is to tell you about how I broke up with fitness this year. And I did not do it intentionally. Life just kind of happened. Has that ever happened to you where things just kept happening and longer and longer, more time goes by and before you know it, it's been, 2 months since you've been in the gym? Well, that totally happened to me this year. I'll give you a little backstory. When my daughter was born, she's 2.5 now, when she was born, I left my job at a software company. I had worked there 7 years, and I left to stay home with her and finish up my master's degree in business. That was a huge bucket list thing for me. And up until about September, I was just working from home, working part-time, and my previous company offered me a job, and it kind of came out of nowhere. That kind of stuff never happens to me. I feel like every job I've applied for and gone up for, or whether it's a raise or whatever, I feel like I've always had to just really push and really work hard to get noticed, and especially when it comes to applying for jobs. And so the fact that the opportunity, the door opened, I didn't want to turn it down because nothing like that had ever happened to me before. Kent and I, my husband Kent, we had a big talk. I had to have a big cry about leaving my daughter to go back to work. That was a difficult thing for me, but at the same time, I wanted her to socialize and be around other kids and not just me and our animals here at home. We have 2 dogs and 2 cats. But regardless, I just really felt like I wanted to use my education and my degree that I worked so hard for. And if you've been following my journey, for probably the last few years, you know that Kent and I are on a journey to be debt-free. And when this job opportunity came open, in my mind, it was the perfect time and the perfect opportunity for us to get ahead financially. And so I went back to work in November. And for you mamas that know that if you have kids that go to daycare, when they're around other kiddos, they get sick. And so every month, me or Brinkley, we were sick for like 6 or 7 months. And my husband Kent, he works in education, so he's constantly around kids. And I feel like his immune system has really, built up over the years. Whereas my daughter and I, we were just sick with allergies and sinuses like right and left. If she wasn't at the doctor, I was. And so I unfortunately had to use most of my vacation days to stay home with her, or like to keep myself home and keep my germs away from other people. So as a result, I was not in the gym consistently, really, from probably December of 2015 up until probably a couple months ago. And right now it's about to be August. That's not good for a fitness professional. And so here I was coaching all of these beautiful women online, and they were getting these awesome results. And here I was just struggling. I was just struggling. Like, I really wanted to feel good. And I was pouring success and motivation into all these people, and I couldn't even do it for myself. And it seemed like I couldn't catch a break. Every time, if I was well and then Brinkley would get sick, the mom guilt sets in, and you just want to stay home and be snuggled up with your baby. You're not thinking about going to the gym. And so that was a huge setback for me. And then my husband and I decided it was time to sell our house and look for a new one. One that was more energy efficient. We live in Texas and it's pretty hot. So the electricity bills were kind of crazy. Our home had the original AC and furnace, and we were just looking for something a little bit different. So we went through that process of selling our home and buying a new one. And if you've ever moved, it's crazy. And so during that time, I put on about 10 pounds. We were going out to eat probably 4 to 5 times a week. Kent was training. He was still working out, but I really wasn't. And I don't really know why. And so I think the first part of my year, I had reasons for not going to the gym. And then, you know, in the more recent months, they were just excuses. And so I think you have to understand the difference between, do you have a valid reason for not, you know, exercising and making your health a priority? Do you have a reason or do you have an excuse? And so I really had to dig deep and just give myself like a million pep talks about what I really wanted for my life, what I wanted to feel like again. You know, people have asked me, do you miss fitness modeling or any of that? I'm not even, that's not even in my mind right now. Like, I just want to feel good. I want to get back in my size 4 or 6 jeans. So literally, like, I felt like I woke up one day and I was like, I had grown 2 pant sizes. And so for me, that was like 10 pounds on the scale. I gained about 10% body fat, which, you know, you have to buy bigger clothes. And the inches, I definitely increased in inches. And really the last couple months, actually May 30th, I decided to make a change. I don't know why that date. I looked in the mirror and I was like, forget this. I feel like crap. I'm not one to complain, so I don't just walk around the house and complain to Kent that, oh, I'm so fat or anything like that. Like, I just can't stand that. But my body cannot handle going out to eat, you know, 3 to 5 times a week. I just can't. I've never been able to. I wasn't able to in college. If you followed my weight loss story, you saw where that ended up. And so more recently in May, after we sold our house, I was just like, I've got to get my act together. Like, I'm going back down that road and I can't let myself. And so here I am in the middle of this transformation on Instagram and Facebook. I've been calling it Project Kelsey because I believe that the best project you can work on is on yourself, whether that's your fitness and your health, whether it's self-development, whether you take a hold of your finances and you get your money situation right. I've totally been there. If you don't have all those areas meshing together, I don't believe that you're completely healthy. And so that is the journey I'm on. Sorry, I just get emotional. But okay, on a positive note, more recently, Kent and I just have been having these huge heart-to-heart conversations about designing our lives and what we want that to look like. And a lot of you know that we started a health and wellness company last year, and it's been the biggest blessing to us. And so I recently left my job. It was a huge comfort zone for me. That place is like a family to me. And if any of my coworkers are watching, you know I love you. But ultimately, I was trading time for money, and I was gone till 6 o'clock every night. And I was trying to fit family time with my daughter and my husband, fitness and business coaching in a 4-hour block. And I was mentally and physically exhausted. And I would sit behind a computer all day and I would just think, why am I so tired? I haven't moved all day, but I was just drained. And after about 8.5 months of that, it just wore on me. And so my husband and I decided that I would leave and stay home and just work on my fitness coaching and our health and wellness business. And so that's what I'm doing now. But really, I just wanted to come on and say, if you're not happy with your situation, you can change it. You're never stuck. It might not happen overnight, but just whatever is going on with you, just write it out. I'm like a huge advocate for writing out your goals, because if they're just floating around in your head, you can forget about them and you can get overwhelmed with life. But if you have like a vision board or a whiteboard in your office or bulletin board, whatever it is, or a planner, write your goals down and every day take steps towards those goals, whatever they are. Maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's a weight loss, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's all of that. But just keep it in front of you and have accountability partners in your life that will hold you to those goals and check on you. I know I have quite a few. I have accountability on our business team. I have accountability with my weight loss goals. I have, my husband is my accountability partner with our finances because I need that. I love to shop. So everything that I'm doing right now is not easy for me. I'm like stretching in all areas of my life, and I just wanted to really record this to invite you in. So if you're struggling, tell somebody. I know like when I put on the weight here, I guess back in May, I told my husband, I was like, babe, none of my jeans fit me. And he took me up to Old Navy, and I was in the dressing room and I was trying on these jeans, and I was in the double digits, let me tell you. I was no longer my size 6 or 8. And I put those jeans on and they were a little snug, the bigger size. And I've been way bigger than that before, but to me, like getting to that point, and I knew I felt so bad and I didn't feel healthy, I just knew I needed to make a change. And I was in that fitting room and I just could have cried because I was like, you have done this to yourself. Like I had nobody else to blame but me. And I thought about texting my best friend, Diane, and just telling her like, I am in the fitting room at Old Navy trying on these jeans and this is not the size I'm comfortable in. I thought about doing that and I was like, no, she'll think I'm a failure. I'll look weak. And what was funny, I just blew it off. I bought the jeans. I went out of the store. I was like, forget this. This is so stupid. I'm not going to wear these for very long. And like 2 days later, she texted me and said she was really struggling in the same department. She had moved and she was struggling as well. And so we really just connected. We've always connected with our goals that way. But if you're struggling, just tell somebody. Tell somebody that you feel like they won't judge you. You don't have to have it together all the time. I know as women or moms or whatever, we feel, maybe a lot of us feel the pressure like to think we have it all together, and you just don't have to have it all together. Sometimes I feel like I'm Wonder Woman and I can conquer the world, and then other days I feel like, man, I need to hit reset on this day. So if you can relate to this at all, please just send me a comment or a message. I'm always here to chat with you. Sorry I got all emotional, but this has just been on my heart for a long time, and I have just really been praying about the transformation that I'm making, and I hope that I can put this out there and other people can use it to just be inspired and just to move forward in whatever area of your life you need to move forward in. You can have a breakthrough anytime, and maybe it's just like one thing somebody says that makes you think like, oh, I need to just move forward. But anyways, okay, so I've been going on for 14 minutes. I'll stop there. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and I just hope you have a blessed weekend, and just let me know your comments and your feedback. I hope this has helped you in some way, and maybe some of you can relate. But I'm just so thankful for the accountability group and the friends. I have a small circle. I don't have, despite social media, like I don't have a ton of people that I talk to, but I'm very happy with the small circle that I have, and I just feel really close and really blessed to have them in my life. You know who you are. But your support through social media is huge for me as well. So I read all of your comments. And by the way, thank you for checking out my blog. It has a new look and feel, and I've just been really wanting to move forward in that area for a long time as well. I have so many thoughts to share with y'all. So All right, well, thank you for listening, and I hope this helps someone.